好，然后比赛暂停了，是不是？经常就这种情况，等了半天，然后说好，终于比赛暂停了。果然暂停了，果然暂停了！哎呀，我太了解这帮人了，每次就是等了半天，让他说暂停了。
So it's apparently a very ancient computer that's being used there. Well, we can at least introduce the players in the meantime. That of course gives us a bit of time to talk about the setup here as well. First of all, to the left side of the map we are seeing Resurgence with Equinox on Leeming. We have Daewoo on Johanna, Keeling on Jaina, Shot on Tacita.
金龙一级他学的是一个相位传送啊，就是他治疗人的时候，他相位传送 CD 减少。其实我觉得没必要，因为你有鸟人还是可以飞啊，两个飞真的没必要啊，好弱啊！你一个金龙算0.5个辅助对吧？因为它一半的作用在支援，所以你正常打团的话，金龙的奶量只能算0.5。你一个0.5打对面一个1.5加1对吧？这边是2.5，你0.5的治疗量打对面2.5，你怎么打嘛？老奶算2.5，老奶算1.5啊，塔爹算1对吧？对面2.5的治疗量打你一个0.5，治疗量差的天差地别啊！这个李敏的一级天赋好像是吃球啊，好像并不是那个50%蓝加回复啊。不知道啊，他拿0.5打2.5，我也理解不了。李敏那个一级应该不是吃球，吃球是紫色的，我记得。啊，讲错了，应该不是回蓝啊，他应该是吃球啊。
Also banned out a lot throughout the tournament already. Equinox rocking that skin here as well. Oh, nice Oracle by Shot. That was actually close. And once again, using the AWP here. The AWP build overall is one of the builds that we see probably played the most. And it's incredibly powerful. That level 4 talent is something that does the
哦，你这样讲我还不知道。你讲可以在一起再飞，我真不知道。我金龙玩的不多。
Already the attempt to go for Johanna. A 4 versus 3 in the mid lane. Big hit is low. Equinox blinks in.
他如果按你这样讲的话，他第一次飞完以后，第二次飞多少秒？他第二次飞的话是多少秒？
On the hero is of course quite nice, and it's actually like pretty sweet. One of the most important things, of course, is the trade that we see here for leaving, and just like that cooldown reset is absolutely insane. It's really cool. If you get those kills, then you can just like go completely nuts on the hero, and that's of course something that they're currently banking their hopes on as well. The teams are going for the temples now as they spawn at the bottom of the map. We see Tacita against, first of all, Falstead. Helta's in the mid lane right now. Team's aiming for level 4 on the extra talent. And we're already seeing for all the chain lightning build being used here. We have also Falstead with the season marksman. And the rotation again towards the middle of the map where Kel'Thas is trying to sneak a few of those shots in as well. The earlier level 4 then on the other hand has been taken here by Team Resurgence.
4打3，现在南方这边已经到4级了。
Healing ward actually taken on Tacita. Keep in mind that they're currently running with a double support build, so they can actually adjust a few of the talents that we've seen played over the last few days. One of those adjustments is the level 4 talent for Rhaegar, who still goes into the Feral Heart here. Most of the
雷加尔4级学的是狼哎。
into the mana cost reduction on the lightning shield and increase duration by 2 seconds.
好奇怪啊，他学的是狼，他没有学盾，没有学盾的减 CD。
Against heroes every single time that procs, it can be really nice. But in this case, it's more the lane sustain that Rixie wants to have on his Rhaegar. Feral Heart got nerfed in the past. Now was at 100% increase on mana and health regeneration. Now it's down to 75. Still pretty solid if you want to stay on lane a bit more. You don't want to go back all that often. It's a talent that we haven't really seen today yet, but already a slight adjustment, as I said. Amplified healing now for Johanna has been taken, so no loss of hope. Actually here in the North American server, we see that a little bit more often these days. We saw that especially with Rhaegar earlier on once more. They have already
他这个 F4 开的比较早，
did not go
对面 F4 应该准备开了。
but instead, as you can see here, we have now the Manic Pixie taken. So also an important talent, you know.
好漂亮，这个躲得很极限。
Moving away immediately, the rotation is not hitting him hard. And up to the top lane, we're seeing currently with the AWP and together with the help of Johanna, one of those waves taken out, one of the camps currently. So, mana problems, Li Ming has to be a bit careful with that. She's draining mana quite quickly if she's trying to spam her ability out.
这边 F4 还是开太早了，但是乔安娜要回家，所以他只能开。他状态不好，所以他只能开。
But for
但开的
now,
还是
she's
早一点。
basically just like roaming the
而且
map.
你开出来有个金龙可以让人清掉，
Keep
反正它可以飞，对吧？
Of course, it gives
金龙
us
和
a
鸟
chance
人
to
都可以
take
晚一点
advantage
走
here.。Seeker has been taken, and we're also seeing now, as I already said earlier, the S of Johann taken, which is super important because it basically interrupts all of the potential channels. That would, for example, be the mosh pit on ETC. But the Seeker here
7级 老奶学的还是进化，
use that for the extra damage. You want to dish out as much damage out as you
进化在对抗牛头的作用很大的，因为改版以后，进化你可以把一个人从牛头大招里面进化出来，1秒钟完全够他走出来了。
in the hands of
所
Resurgence,
以
and instead just
李敏还有一个特点啊，就最近改版以后，李敏拆塔特别快，就你没有人管他的话，他那个 QW 那个塔特别快，
weirdly dimensional shifts of phase shifts
一会儿我那个塔就拆掉了。所以你看李敏一直站在个位置拆塔，
these towers. Keep in mind that the towers do extra damage now.
然后Panda这边选择跟那边换塔是比较正确的，因为你前期打不过这边，所以他选择跟那边换塔，我觉得是很好的一个选择。啊！
Well done, Equinox just darts away in the last moment before that hits, but Tacita at the top lane has finally found his master. I should say his masters because there's 3 of them jumping in. And of course, Bright
我是觉得老奶4级那个盾还是比较重要的，但4级没有点盾，点个狼的话，而且你双辅助不需要点狼啊，你双辅助点个狼的话，我感觉有点奇怪啊。难道说他点错了？哎，牛头7级点了什么？那个标志我没见过啊。哎，谁知道这个天赋是什么？我记得那个 E 减少控制时间不是这个标志吧？
You get that eternal retaliation works actually really well with that because
我记得7级要不点一鼓作气，要不然就点那个 E 减少控制时间，这个什么我还真没见过。
in this case though no cooldown reduction elements for Johanna, so not really trying to use that synergy. We have of course for now also the level 10 abilities taken. Pretty much the standard for most of
塔爹学的是一个保留的盾，
the
所以老奶身上你看他有个盾是塔爹的盾。
For Li Ming, as expected, we're seeing
李敏还是那个射人的大招啊，那大招确实好用一点。
quite a bit. Very familiar with that. And if you have been, if you've
金
been
龙还
playing
是
that
飞？
over the last few days, then you definitely know.
牛头还没点，牛头你不要告诉我你点跳水，我不相信啊！你2个全球流了，牛头还点跳水，我不相信。我就不相信你点3个全球流，你不要吓我。 3个全球流，那你正面怎么打？哦，他真的学跳水！我天哪，3个全球流！他打赢了，这怎么打？哇，这居然能打赢啊！3个全球流啊！ 他一个鸟人，一个金龙还不够，他还学个跳水，我天哪！我真理解不了哎。他就是不跟你打正面，就跟你打拉扯，他每个技能都不跟你打正面，就跑来跑去跟你打拉扯，太神奇了吧！ 我瞬间被打脸，我还说他不可能学跳水。
But now the boss is at the bot lane. We have both of the shrines on the other hand currently soaked by Resurgence, and that's something that B-Kid is trying to change here. Starting to move in. Level 13 talent should be much faster now for Panda Global, who are currently doing pretty well. Talking about doing well, looking at
而且对面打断也不多，讲实话就李敏和乔安娜可以打断他。我不知道他为什么不学跳舞。乔安娜大招交掉，60秒的飞机可以接受。珍娜学的是冰环。
Keep in mind, he has stage dive. He can actually jump in here. We've seen a lot more stage dive after Blizzard buffed the talent. They did that with a lot of heroic abilities and a great kill here actually.
小巴又被秒了啊！一个劈过来个李敏。
He's trying to get away, gets healed and escapes, but barely teleports away. Once again, we have the orb, but Equinox has.
啊，这个福斯塔德学的这个13级学这个盾电的，是电的次数提高还是电给盾？ 这不前期 BOSS 是无所谓，这 BOSS 前期很弱的。他这个福斯塔德不知道他学的是多电几次还是给盾，可能是给盾，因为金龙的那个奶量不够。萨尔学的这个法术护盾也是因为金龙奶量不够。牛头13级学的什么？应该是奶队友吧？这个技能好像是奶队友。补充一下金龙，补充一下金龙的那个治疗量，应该是的，可能我说错了。老奶学的是个 Q13级学的 Q。
We don't really see that much of a focus usually. She is the solo frontliner though. Even with a double support, they want to make sure that she is going to survive. And incredibly powerful, of course, if you have that iron skin up all the time. Thanks to the cooldown reduction that you get from the basic and heroic abilities here. So the setup is still with a 5 versus 4 at the top lane. Right wing is split soaking experience at the bottom of the map. Can jump in, of course. At a moment's notice and false.
所以你看他虽然领先了一点啊，但是他正面团还是不太敢打。哎，他真是全球流哎！他金龙在下路吃，鸟人在中路吃，牛头在正面还可以飞，好强啊这套路！哇，这套路好深啊！3个全球流。
Extremely close to making that happen. False had already moved back. There's still a 5-man roam on the map by Resurgence, attempting to go for. Well, basically the waves, taking a few of those camps as well. Equinox already delivering the orb again. But right now things are looking a little bit tricky for them. They are up against the level 16 talent. That means hammer time for False, that arcade barrier for...
本来我想看李敏的，李敏还没发挥，啊，李敏13级主 E， 好弱啊！主 E 没有用啊，但13级主的是 E， 他没有学那个气防加攻的那个技能。这样天赋点李敏伤害会少很多。牛头跳水进场，哎呀，这个爆炸力，哎呀，这闭环好爆炸！好疼啊！李敏射一下，没射死人，技能没刷新。这鸟人处理李敏处理不错，把李敏一直卡走。
Yeah, of course. I mean, for ETC, it makes also a lot of sense, by the way, to go into the stage dive here, considering that Li Ming with that S of Johan can always interrupt quite easily that mosh pit. So we have Falset flying around, getting the experience in the middle here for his team, looking at the damage output once again as we see a bit of a fight happening down here at the bottom. Look at Li Ming here, 20,000 for her team. They're going again for Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas low, Falset flying in, not really going for the kill just yet.
所以这个 Panda 这边还是想避战，然后利用他3个全球流的优势啊，去多推线。你看几次开团其实效果并不是很好啊。牛头16级学了个带线的天赋啊。对啊，就是你学跳水，你一定要有带线的天赋。你不要你学个跳水，你不点带线的天赋就很搞笑。啊，李敏16级学的是 Q， 没什么问题。13级学个 E， 我不太理解。牛头跳水进场 ，Q 回来，闭环空了，秒掉，珍娜。李敏呢？哎，李敏呢？李敏在这里。哎呀，空了，李敏技能全空了。啊，李敏这个团战没有打出伤害啊，技能全空了。整个李敏这个团战中零输出。对，但李敏确实这盘打的，他包括天赋点的他打法都有点小问题啊。又空了，技能又空了。他李敏这个到现在一点伤害都没打出来。对啊，各种无存在感，真的，完全被秀爆了，这什么都没做到。
On the side of Rhaegar, we see him with Rising Storm on level 16. One of the reasons why a lot of Rhaegar players go for that Lightning Shield talent on level 4, which he did not go for. He didn't choose to use that.
玩李敏嘛，最起码查一下天赋怎么点，对吧？你点个坑爹的天赋就有点伤。因为正常来讲，你团战应该很好打，对面3个全球流嘛，对吧？牛头又没有跳舞，金鱼龙又没有治疗，你打不过对面有点不科学。
Resurgence. Panda Global is in a great spot right now. 9 kills against 3. They're looking strong here. And Li Ming in that first game that she plays in the competitive scene in North America is not really looking too powerful. She's not really looking like she's going to win the game. Let's just put it like that. It's looking like they might actually lose this. She herself looks very powerful.
直接给束缚之盾，接上暴风雪、冰环，凯兹直接死，没问题。这个点一定要打，因为你不打的话就没先到20，所以他一定要还要继续找对面打。
Yeah, she herself looks really powerful, but it might actually end up with her having a 0% win ratio in competitive after this first initial match. I mean, of course, always like kidding here. We have down to the bottom of the map again, camps taken, and I mean all the Panda Global.
你在吐槽我是不是？我经常就被这个球给砸死了，我被这个球砸死了好多次。就那个球有的时候卡个视野进来，就是他从侧面进来的时候你看不太见，等到他跑到你身边的时候就跑不掉了。而且那个球的伤害比想象高，有的时候觉得我还有1/3的血，我就被他直接砸死了。
They're also setting up small traps here. Equinox is sitting right there. There's no vision, and the attempt to go for the damage burst. If all of that hits, then you can really just like drop hit points like crazy. That's of course something that Equinox has been trying to do the entire time here, always keeping himself in the background. Of course, the hero is quite squishy.
哎，基本上不是越小的人伤害越高吗？这游戏里面也是的。就你看那种长得特别大的，基本上都被别人打。你什么巨龙对不对？什么熔岩巨人这种东西，越大的就被别人打，越小的都很恐怖。
Brightwing with a hardened focus and also with a mist talent now taken on level 20, and ETC also going into the crowd pleaser on level 20 right now. Crowd pleaser taken with the cooldown reduction. The revitalizing mist has been taken here now as well for Brightwing, so all about the healing power at this point.
大的基本上都是坦克，对不对？好像小的才是输出啊。
Very, very solid. Li Ming still rocking the charts in damage, and that's not going to change anytime soon with Disintegrate once again being used.
他每次那个球都会被对面丢空，他闪现，因为他怕那个鸟人接一个普攻晕到他。哦，炸了2个，直接秒李敏终于有存在感了，李敏一个球炸死2个，配合珍娜的伤害。
Back by Panda Global, and that is Resurgence. After they lost Vega, they are still in a 4 versus 3 position on the map, and they can now go for both.
因为他不缺蓝。
They're close to level 20 now as well. They had to fight the last.
而他1级的持球的天赋点错了，他如果1级点回蓝的天赋了，他更不缺蓝。
And especially, of course, False and Calvas. Those were the two that they did not want to lose. Equinox, again, trying to go for the poke here. Already ready, and Shot is helping out with the shields.
你看他现在蓝这么少，是因为他天赋点错了，他点成持球的。
Level 20 is going to hit any moment now. Some in the middle, and Equinox with that. Look at that damage! Using this disintegrate now.
啊，好疼啊，好无耻啊！
Equinox with the damage output. Just look at that spike. 45,000 in hero damage right now, and 57 in siege mode. Li Ming definitely starting to put the numbers on the board. And not only the numbers, we have the level 20 talents, and that means for Li Ming that we have Tal Russia's element taken. So once again up to the top, ETC looking for.
老奶现在20级都是学加速冷却。
Tal Russia's element, as you can see here, the bonus damage.
哎，牛头学了个强化跳水，谁告诉我强化跳水是什么效果？我从来没点过。谁知道强化跳水是什么效果？
She is already the top damage dealer in the game, so she's currently playing to her strengths. And the first keep that falls in the game is actually one of Panda Global. Exactly what we said earlier. There was at times a 2-level lead that we saw for Panda Global, but they weren't able to really translate that lead into structures destroyed, and therefore they find themselves behind now. Again, it's a 5 versus 5 situation on the map, and of course they are attempting to really take them down now. But Equinox really far back. He knows about the range that he has here on his talents, and he is trying to use that hit to dropping so fast, and Equinox is just like bursting out the damage here with the missiles, with the orb, and always using Disintegrate as well. He knows, of course, that the cooldowns are incredibly low as is, and if you are able to get a kill in there as well, that instant reset is also quite amazing. Once again, we're currently seeing down to the bottom of the map, camps taken. I mean, all the camps on the map are, of course, now really focus points for the two teams here. You need to try and get those.
闪现就打黎明，强化跳水一点都不疼，这个强化跳水一点都不疼。40秒一次。啊！这强化跳水到底什么用啊？跳下来没感觉什么区别。
The damage output. She's at 55,000 right now. She surpassed everyone else, and every single fight that we see, she's doing so much. She goes for
Michael. 哎呀，太嚣张了吧
！Oh, Equinox went too deep, and now the kill against her, and that's the opportunity for Panda Global.
这要输了就怪黎明啊，他太浪了，是1打5。
Resurgence now. Sorry, they have the ancestral healing dropped on Jaina, so that doesn't help them.
强化跳水啊，减速是不是减速的效果啊？
That's a 60-second cooldown reduction right there for B-Kid on his stage dive. They're going for Jaina. Phoenix drop Jaina down. They go for Tesla.
这输了就怪黎明啊！一波啊，黎明，这坑爹货。
He has that stage dive ready, but the boss is there, and they go for it. Li Ming going a bit too deep. Equinox slightly too greedy, or a bit of miscommunication with the team. Not quite sure what happened there.
对吧？就第一次秀操作，真的，他一直在后面猥琐着。第一次正面跟他刚正面就死了。
They were able to take her down, and from there on, we saw Panda Global snowballing it. But two of the temples are still up. Daewoo soaking in the middle, up at the top lane. Rixie on his Rhaegar trying to get even more. Down goes the keep at the top lane. Down here, we see still two of those siege giants doing work as well. Michael is trying to take care of that, and now the temple is under the control of Team Panda Global. With the boss moving in at the bot lane, but Li Ming is ready for the defense, and yay, that is some damage there. But it could still drop that keep, of course. And talking about keeps drop, the mid lane is also.
他刚刚不死的话，现在就已经赢了，因为对面内保已经没有了。他刚刚不死，不掉这个 boss， 随便占一个塔就赢定了。让他浪了一波，浪了一波。说我们是李敏对吧？我们就让他刷存在感。谁说我这盘没有上过镜的啊？他说都怪你们观众嘛，你们说我没存在感吗？刷一波存在感给你们看看。
Not quite yet, actually going to fall as well. So that's two keeps that they're able to eliminate. And they might even get the one at the bottom of the map. Not quite. It was close, but it's still there. So it's actually like an even situation when it comes to the structures. Top was abandoned. Yeah, if they could have taken that, then it would have dropped like the bot lane key. But in this case, it's actually now Resurgence that are able to take this one.
冷却时间降低15秒，还是1.5秒？你15秒不是可以一直跳吗？真的假的？1.5还是15秒？你15秒的话，那总共 CD 才40秒，这个一直跳。那团战就光跳舞就得了吧。
I mean, she died shortly after I showed those stats. So Thrall is starting to actually close in a little bit. He's on 55,000 now himself.
不要练什么角色了，就直接玩 OP 角对吧？你辛辛苦苦练个伊利丹，对吧？你操作再好还是狗，你不如玩个李敏，玩个老奶对吧？不要操作啊，就跟着暴雪爸爸走，暴雪爸爸说什么英雄强你玩什么。
On the side of Panda Global, but again, they are, when it comes to structures, a little bit behind. Killing already moving around, Equinox is on the move as well. Everybody is starting to go to the top lane because there's a camp that has been captured. The Bruiser camp has to be taken out, and that's exactly what they're currently going for. So the immediate drop against that. Bot lane, very similar picture. There are two Siege Giants camps that were...
15秒有点厉害啊，那15秒就一直跳啊。他总共40秒吧？对，他总共才40秒，他跳到2个人，他可以再继续跳。哇，这个大佬原来这么厉害！哪天完了留着我们去试试看。
Especially with the way that the crowd pleaser worked, he has a 60-second cooldown reduction that we saw when he hit 4 heroes. That is absolutely insane. You can jump around on ETC like a bunny on speed. It's absolutely out of this world. You're just like darting in the entire time. Didn't even have to go for the second jump because they already had most of them locked down.
对啊，你现在这个点全球流就已经没有用了。全球流主要还是
Thankfully for
还
them,
前期拿一点经验优势，然后中后期打一个分推，
ETC
你这内保都掉光了，不需要分推了。
is now going for the
萨尔
ball.
他闪现劈过一次，对吧？
Isn't it a checkmate
虽然没有杀死人，但是有梦
They
想。
have to fight.
他曾经闪现劈过李
If
敏。
one temple goes completely to the opponent, this game is over. One temple
啊，
is
真球
enough to
流
drop
终于
the
有点
course,
用了，
especially
牛头可以
if
偷几
you're
炮。
moving in. So once again, ETC is at the bot lane, already soaking a couple of the shots here. That's important. At the top, though, that's where we have Johanna. They need to go for Johanna. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. They need ETC. Will have to jump in. They're trying to go for Li Ming right
你
now.
不管乔汉娜，乔汉娜把你家拆掉了。
They're losing hit points on the core. They can't do this.
对面一波了，李敏就拆家了。
Take this over. Shots on the core, 30% only 20.
真娜就拆家了，李敏没去。
Action against right wing. They move away. They
29
have to go for it, but there's already Jacob
哎呀，
trying to
继
drop
续
it.
啦！
Resurgence, they are going to take the game on. Are they? Well, for now, Jaina is down, but they have Equinox moving in, and that's all that they need to do. Li Ming, 100%